So just recently we teamed up with Spreadshop and we have t-shirts and other items available on our YouTube channel. And so I ordered a shirt, but it's a little bit too big. So be careful if you're gonna order. And so what I'm gonna do today is actually reduce it down in size. I'll show you how to do that. Now this design here is to wear this shirt inside or out, and I found that it's way too long for me. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut 5 centimeters off the length. Now I've got to reduce these sides, both sides, by 2 centimeters. Now if I was to cut just 1 centimeter off and then use a 1 centimeter seam allowance, that would make the 2 centimeters. Okay, so now with the sleeves, this is way too wide for me. So I'm gonna actually reduce that down a little bit more than 1 centimeter. So I'm gonna take 1.5 centimeters off. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut the sleeve out, then I'll unpick the rest. So it's out by a little bit here. So what I'm gonna do, again, just 1 centimeter cut off, but I'm gonna taper it down so I don't take too much of the armhole off. What I'm gonna do is cut the upper section of the sleeve. So there's the join that we had from the shoulder, from the bodice. Now, so the sleeve length was too long. So cutting in 2 centimeters is gonna bring the sleeve up. And now I'm just gonna cut it where the seam, just under the seam allowance, and then just marry it to the cut that I made on the base of the sleeve. Okay, so now the sleeves are the same curve. We're just gonna take these sections off, the little bit of seam allowance just left from the old sleeves. I'll just cut this excess off. Okay, so this side here dips lower. So this is the front. I'm gonna put a pin here to identify that. These shoulders are a little bit too straight, so I'm actually gonna reduce the angle down a little. I've done that side, that's all done. Now we just need to unpick this section. All right, we're ready to stitch this up. Okay, so this is the shoulder line, just back tack. So remember, I'm just using 1 centimeter seam allowance. Okay, so now I'm just gonna overlock this seam. So now on the right side, I'm gonna top stitch the seam allowance down. Okay, so this is the sleeve. Remember, I put the pin in for the front. Okay, this is fitting in beautifully. All right, so I've top stitched the sleeve seam allowance down. Now I'm gonna do the side seams. So I'm gonna start from the sleeve and work down to the bottom of the bodice. Again, 1 centimeter seam allowance. This is going beautifully. The second side seam done, now I'll just overlock it. Okay, so we're in the home stretch. Now I'm just overlocking the base of the shirt. And there we are. I'll just stitch the bottom hem and we're done. Okay, it's all done. I'm very happy with it. Fits fantastic, a lot nicer. So just once again, be careful when you're ordering that you don't order a bigger size than what you need. And plus, if you haven't done alterations to this extent before, I'd suggest maybe practice on something more simpler.